So throw into Nigeria. Amesimaka. That's Adabami, and it's in the net. It is a goal. Sheku got it. Can we take a look at that goal again? This is glorious.
From the dust of 1980, a new generation rose. They were not just dreamers, they were conquerors. 1994, the year Nigeria conquered Africa and announced herself to the world.
There's no flag, they're offside here. Yakini's in the middle and has to score! 1-0 to Nigeria. And Yakini, one of the most feared strikers in the World Cup.
The journey didn't begin in 1994. It began with a vision to build a team that could dominate not just Africa, but the world.
1994 set didn't just start in 1994 during the AFCON and the World Cup. You know, it has been years before 1994, and I mean that will be from 1990.
Sosho strikes spectacularly past Agu. Nigeria don't see much of the ball. This free kick is the closest they come to scoring. Algeria hold on to their lead to win the match by 1-0 and become the champions of Africa for the first time.
There are so many players that participated. You know, 1990 AFCON, there were some players that were there, though I was not there. I started in 1990 in August, coming into the Super Eagles for the first time in August against Togo in Lagos, which we won 3-0. I've played in the under-20 before, 1989, a year before traveling to Spain. So coming back from Spain to get into the Super Eagles was in 1990. And some other players too were there, were drafted into the team. And I mean, you know, the team started building, and we had the coach Westerhoff then, and some other Nigerian coaches, and Bonfrey Joe joined Westerhoff later. I think built for 4 years. Many players came. Some left, new players came and all that, and the team blended to get the qualification. You will recall that in 1992, we had AFCON in Senegal, in which most of the players that were in the that's 1994 participated. I was part of them, and that was my major competition, first major competition in Senegal, 92.
To a minute and a half worth of time added on now by the Tunisian referee. It's Ghana who go through to the final. So the country that has won the African Nations Cup more than any other, Ghana, will contest.
Which we came third. We didn't win the AFCON, but we made our statements. We registered our presence in African football.
Tunisia 1994. The world called them favorites, but they had to prove it.
We knew we had a very strong team. Backroom staff was also very strong. Pure professionalism. We're under the tutelage of Clemens Westerhoff, who brought a different style of leadership. And we all keyed in. And we camped in Portugal. For a while before we went into Tunisia. Spirit was high. We knew we were going out there not just to participate. That's one thing we kept telling ourselves. But we have to take it game after game.
Lumbering sort of player, but when he gets tramping, he's dangerous. Yakini going through, wonderful skill. He's got to put it away, the opening goal by the top scorer from last tournament. The man who scored 4 goals 2 years ago in the tournament has now opened the scoring. I make it just started by Ep.2. Blasted in, oh what a goal by Yekini. Oh. And why not end the match with a...
I think we had the best attack in the tournament. As at that time, we had late Yekinis and Mokachi, Siasia and everyone. So from the wings also, we were deadly. Defensively, we were also very strong. All over, midfield was also solid with Ulysses and JJs and Mutus, of course. And we had the confidence that we're going to take it game after game, and eventually, if we get to the finals and we win it, so be it. But we're going to approach every game like a final game.
White are getting stronger with each game. Zaire did well to hold them in the first half. Then Yekini struck. He's the African Footballer of the Year, the top scorer in the Portuguese league, and you could see why. Nigeria's coach Clemens Westerhoff gave Efene Koku, the only English-based player present, his first game up front. Had he scored here, he might have confirmed a World Cup place, but he was substituted immediately afterwards. As the game wore on, Nigeria seemed to get stronger and quicker. Yekini put through again, brushes off one challenge, and is then brought down. A penalty for Nigeria, and inevitably a red card for Tambwe. A new goalkeeper on pier for Zaire. For Nigeria, Yekini, who else, has the chance to wrap up a semi-final place. He takes it, 2-0 the final score.
No game was easy. Though we played a goalless draw with Egypt, we beat Zaire, then Zaire, now Congo. We also beat Kenya, if I'm not mistaken, 3-0. It was tough because Nigeria is a team that a lot of people respected. I won't say they were scared of us, but they respected us. We also respect opponents as well. And then from there, we move on to the quarterfinals and then semifinals, which unfortunately I didn't play because I think I had 2 yellow cards or I had a knock. And I was watching from the stand. I think I was live on radio with the permission of Westerhoff. I had to sit with some journalists because I was not in the squad because of the card issue. They want to risk it. Eventually, we're going to the final. So I should be able to play. Sitting up there, we went to the penalties.
Extra time and then penalties. In the end, 2 misses by the Côte d'Ivoire and only 1 miss by Nigeria gave Yekini the chance to wrap it up for Nigeria, which he did, and Nigeria were in the final for the 5th time.
And when the last penalty was scored, I'm talking about myself now, I removed that, what do you call it, the headset. The journalist was calling me back, I didn't even care about that. And I ran straight into the field and then hugged my players. We were all over the moon because we knew we were already in the finals. Because getting into the finals, we knew we would give it our best shot to make sure we bring that trophy home, and that's what happened.
Zambia, a team reborn from tragedy. The world stood with them, but Nigeria was on a mission.
My mind is playing back now to April 13th, 1994. I can still remember that day. It was my younger sister's birthday. And going to the finals, we knew it was going to be a tough game because
April 10th.
April 10th, sorry, yeah. 13th is my sister's birthday, yes. Yeah, April 10th. And I know I dedicated that trophy to her because 3 days after that was her birthday. And Zambia, coming to the tournament, they lost a lot of lives. So they had the sympathy from all over the world. And then, mentally they were very, very strong. Kalusha then was also our playmate playing the same league in the Belgium league, so we knew him, how deadly he was. still is, because in veteran games now he still performed, like our JJ as well. And then they scored first, which was shocking. But we knew we had a strong squad. We had the personnel, we had the quality to do it. And then we kept fighting because we had one spirit. We never say die. We don't give up until the last blast of the whistle.
In 1980, when Nigeria won the World Cup, we were very young, very little, but we saw what the likes of Sego, Odegbami, Olabi, Mudalawala, and all of them did, and how popular they were and all that. And I wanted to be like that too.
And Amunike knocks it in. 1-1. And Amunike had been left out of Nigeria's 4 previous matches. Apart from that explosive start, the talking point of the first half was the penalty Mauritius referee Lim Ki-chong didn't give when Zambia's Sakala brought down Amunike. But 2 minutes into the second half, Nigeria took the lead. A smart turn by Amunike again, and it's 2-1.
That was one thing West Half, and of course, a lot of us put in our minds, we're never going to give up until the last blast of the whistle. And then on that day, Amunike scored 2 goals, and when they blew the final whistle, man, it was like, we have won, we have conquered the world, not even Africa.
And in the end, Nigeria, narrowly the stronger over 90 minutes, are the 1994 African Nations Cup winners.
It was like a dream come true, which we discussed, but expecting, but on that it became real.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was like winning the World Cup. I mean, this is the World Cup of Africa. And I mean, we've won it once, and I mean, winning it the second time. And when you had ambition to do something, you have had not the dream this time around, but that's looking forward. And you had the opportunity of participating in AFCON and then winning it. I was the most happiest man in the world.
And I was captain on that day. In fact, the entire tournament. I think Keshi only captain against Cote d'Ivoire, which I was suspended in that game anyway. So when we were in a celebration mood, and then Keshi came to me and hugged me, like, skipper, take this band, go and leave the trophy. My mind was all over. 2 years later, and that's why I've always said I will maintain it. Human may proposes, but God disposes. My mind was in 96 that we will win it with the kind of squad that we had. And that would be my turn now to leave the trophy. Because Keshi was on the way out because he had serious injury, not because of age, and that injury was a major concern. He might not be part of 96. So like, it's an honor for you. You've been here for so long, so lift this trophy.
From Odegbami's Lagos to Keshi's Tunisia, Nigeria had become a symbol of African excellence, a generation of giants, immortalized forever. 19 years later, a new generation rose again. Different faces, same dream, to bring the trophy home once more.
We go dribble the midfielder, defender, score the goal. Super Eagles, sabi. We go dribble the midfielder, defender, score the goal. I made the Musa give him leg over. He ain't a choco dribble.